Happy Aloha Monday, everybody. Happy Aloha Monday. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a quick update just because last week was the month update. And let me tell you how stoked I was that my numbers, I put them out, the 42% decrease prior to HBR finishing up their data. And guess what? They finished it up and they reported 42%. I was just totally stoked about that because I reported it obviously ahead of time to you all. So you heard it live. All right. So the market actually it's doing really well. We had a lot of positives. First, starting with the new listings, there is a 24% increase, and we're comparing the beginning of May to the beginning of April, just this past April. So there was a 24% increase. Looks like our summer season, our summer market might be here. And now we also had a 23% increase of the number of pending or in escrow. And that is great news for sellers. The homes are starting to move. Now, lastly, the number of solds, you can see here the 302 versus the 265. We did have a decrease of the 12% by 12%. And remember how we said in the last news report that real estate works 90 days in the arrears, so about 3 months prior. In April, things were still closing from January, February, March, depending upon the escrow. And now here we are in May with less homes sold. Well, of course, because that is March and April are being contributed to that. So we had a slow of sales. We did have less listings coming onto the market. It's natural that homes which have sold, that number will be less too. I also started tracking the rentals. I don't have completely enough data to do the month over month, but we have had about a 13% increase since the middle of last month. More to follow on that. Just a special area analysis. So for the EVA plane, from the beginning of April, there are also a 35% increase. Escrows are also up by 47%, and the price decreases, those are up by 77%. I want to see how this contributes to the sales side. With a good real estate agent, they'll shift directly with the market, hence why you might see those price decreases. They're trying to shift with the market. Mililani, fantastic. That area is doing really well. It has doubled from the beginning of April. Mililani has remained a strong market. And as a side note, this is where I live and I have come to love. So where are my Mililani people at? Fun fact, did you know that there are over 16,000 households in Mililani, and currently there are only 34 active homes for sale on the market? People love Mililani. Escrows increased about 90%. Most of the homes which come onto the market actually go into escrow if they are priced accordingly. So there is strategy with that. So lastly, like, what does it look like for the rest of the year? There is a lot of uncertainty. Some people are expecting a sharp V, so meaning a quick recovery from it. Got to remember that we have this election towards the end of the year, and elections always tend to stir up different types of emotions. So we're dealing with the uncertainty as it comes, hence why I'm trying to do this weekly for you guys, give unbiased numbers, and if you want my opinion, ask for it. So what do we got next here? Okay, so now what? Once again, what can we deduce from this? We can deduce the demand in the market. We are the main proponent in our own financial portfolios. So we need to be, in my opinion, we need to be aware of where our own assets stand. So let's look to see where the demand is high and fill any gaps to get the most return on our investment. The real estate market is ever shifting. And of course, nothing is guaranteed, but at least we can have our pulse on the market and detect the changes as they come, so we can easily make those pivots and make those changes. So if you are on the fence of selling versus renting, these numbers should help you. If you can't, I shouldn't say if you can, if you want me to help you with that, by all means, reach out. If you're on the fence of buying or renting, this should also help you. Reach out if you do have questions. Lastly, the purpose, once again, of this is to help direct your real estate endeavors from the objective numbers and taking out the emotions. If you are here out of just pure interest and wanting to hear me talk, you're the real MVP, and thanks for all the support. And lastly, trivia. Here's my contact info. If you do have questions, by all means, email me. Trivia. What is the largest desert in the world according to the definition of a desert? All right. We'll hear from you guys soon. Take care.